and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Hello and welcome to this Zwift Run live stream. My name is Stephen. I'm a Zwift ambassador, a community run leader and your host today. There's a countdown clock up there showing how long to go before the start of the main event, so you've probably got time to tidy the kitchen, take the trash out and grab yourself a drink before we get going. If you've never seen Zwift before, it's an online game where athletes from all over the world train, compete against and socialise with each other live and in real time. All you need to take part is a foot pod, an internet connection, access to a treadmill and a device on which to run the Zwift app. You can use a computer, an iPad, an iPhone, a high-end Android device. Zwift even works on Apple TV. If you have a smart treadmill, you don't even need a foot pod, as your treadmill will send your speed direct to Zwift. Once you've logged in and made sure your equipment is connected, you can join others live for structured group workouts or social runs. You could do a solo workout or take part in one of the many in-game challenges. You could also pit yourself against people from all over the world in a race. There are various Zwift worlds. Some are based on existing places like London, New York, Innsbruck, Richmond, Virginia and Harrogate in the UK. But the biggest world is the fictional Watopia, where you can run in glass tunnels underwater, through the middle of a volcano, in a jungle, up to the top of a snow-capped mountain and on country trails. Watopia is where the Zwift developers let their imagination fly. Like any computer game, the more you run, the higher up the levels you climb and the more virtual goodies you require. If you're a regular treadmill runner, Zwift is going to transform your training. If you're a hater, Zwift is going to change the way you think about indoor running. Before we go any further, if you're watching on YouTube, please click that subscribe button and the bell icon so you're notified every time we go live on this channel. If you're watching on Facebook, please click the like button on the Film My Run page. Film My Run is also my other YouTube channel where I post real world runs, so if you're interested in marathons, ultra running, 10Ks or triathlons, you'll find product reviews, interviews and races over on that channel. I've been running all my life. I started running long distance races in 2011 when I ran my first half marathon, and that was followed a year later by my first marathon in Paris. I've run the Paris Marathon every year since and have now run well over 100 marathons and ultras. I started using Zwift at the beginning of 2015 when indoor cycling and smart trainers really took off. In the early days, I held the long distance record for cycling of 500 kilometres on Zwift for about 48 hours. And when running started in 2016, I was the first person to run a marathon on Zwift. So if you have any questions about Zwift, if I don't know the answer, I probably know somebody who does. Okay, so now you can go and take the trash out and get that drink. And make sure you keep an eye on that countdown and be back in time for the start proper. Well, go on then, don't just sit there gawping at me. Basically, this message is going to go around in a loop again and again until the start of the run, so you may as well go and do something constructive in the meantime. Good afternoon, good evening, wherever you are in the world. This is Film My Run on Zwift. My name is Stephen Cousins and we are broadcasting live on Facebook and on YouTube. While we're getting everything ready, it would be absolutely awesome if you could go and subscribe to the Film My Run YouTube channel and also the Zwift Live YouTube channel. You can also find us on Facebook at facebook.com/filmmyrun and also Twitter at filmmyrun, and the website is www.filmmyrun.com. It's very nearly time, so sit back, relax, don't forget to drop me a ride on and watch me do all the hard work. Everybody, we're having major problems with heart rate because we don't know whose heart rate strap is whose. It's ridiculous. I think I might now have just got the right one. So now my heart rate says 108, Victoria. Yeah, my heart rate says 107 now. Okay, hopefully we're right now. Unless it's me with the high heart rate and you with the low heart rate. Right, now the other thing to... hello, by the way, everybody. Hello to Anna, hello Jonathan Perkin, Jonathan Cost, Tina Beard, Sebastian, Amy Green, hello guys. Thanks for joining the chat. So we are doing Wednesday workout in Group C. What have we got that for? And also we've got a messed up screen. Hold on a second.
Don't forget the cool kids in Group B. Can anyone hear my microphone? Because we're just testing out the new one.
Okay, so yeah, just let us know if you can hear Victoria's microphone. Victoria speaks into it now. You'll need to speak quite close to it, I think.
Hello and good evening. We're in Group C tonight, and Jeff Parker says don't forget the cool kids in Group B. Jonathan Cost says new plant in the garden. Tina says no, Jonathan, the cordyline has grown huge.
Yeah, we've got it's just grown massively.
Is it a tent?
So I'm quite a long way behind everyone now because I've had to stop to sort out the heart rate. We've got Jonathan Perkin in the run, we've got Carol in the run, and Jonathan Cost is commenting. We've got Sebastian, we've got Tina in the run, we've got Zanotto in Group C and Sanvido in Group C. We've got the Group B guys, so I assume Jeff Partridge and Sebastian and Paul Deering are in Group B tonight. Hello to you guys.
Jonathan can indeed hear my microphone. The biggest question is, will I be able to get a word in edgeways tonight?
We're going to have to be very disciplined about who talks when and not talk over each other. I think we can probably bend that microphone a bit more towards your face though, Victoria. And I'm still playing catch up with everybody. Amy Green is in Group B tonight. Hello, Amy. Oh, Sebastian, sorry. Yes, Sebastian can't be in both groups. Sebastian is in Group C. So it's Paul Deering and Jeff Partridge in Group B. Good luck to you guys doing that.
Stephen, we have an issue. So Jonathan can hear you on your microphone, but also in the background of my microphone.
Yeah, unfortunately, I don't think there's an awful lot we can do about that. Is it very distracting and annoying? That's the question. Because, you see, it shouldn't really be that bad, but maybe what we'll do is we'll live with it tonight, and I'll listen back and see how bad and annoying it is. Stephen needs to talk quieter. I'll try and talk quieter. But what happens when Victoria talks on her mic? Can you hear it on my mic?
But Stephen, basically the root cause of most problems all lead back to you.
Tina says it sounds fine to her. And Jonathan Perkins says it's just very slightly delayed. I think that's the problem, isn't it? That there may well be a slight delay on Victoria's mic. If they were both perfectly in sync, then it wouldn't be a problem. So we'll have to find some way to address that. Right, I have now caught up with Carol, so I can slow down to the pace that I'm supposed to.
It looks like I need to catch up as well.
Yeah, Victoria is behind. You need to catch up. So we're doing Group C, which is 8 kilometres. We have 1 kilometre of warm-up, which is nearly done. We have 1 kilometre of cool-down. We have 1 kilometre of strides. And then, in the middle of that, we have 5 kilometres of relatively hard effort. Carol says, now then, bad boy cousins. Listen, I've behaved myself. I've done nothing wrong and I refuse to admit to any wrongdoing this weekend. Right, here we go for some strides, look. Up to 11.7 kph now for 100 metres.
Are you at the thing now?
And there we go. Back down to 8.4. So that's our first stride done.
Can you tell me when I've caught up with you?
You're 10 seconds behind, Victoria. Jonathan, yes, I got your message about last night's 5k social. And I did listen back and it did sound fine, didn't it? So, which is why we're giving it a try tonight to see how it is. Sebastian and Tina are running together. Victoria's catching us up slowly. Jonathan Perkin is catching us up slowly. Right, Victoria, you've caught me up now. Jonathan is just behind. Paul Hayward says, good luck everyone, sorry I can't run this one with you. I'm about to have a curry in Cambridge.
Oh, nice.
A curry in Cambridge? Or pizza in Patagonia? No? A bolognese in Berlin? A roast in Rickmansworth? What else can we think of? Come on. Paul Hayward is having a curry in Cambridge. So we want similar wordplay. Alliteration, please. Tina is going to be having a Chilean Crewkern. Well, they both begin with C, but I'm not sure it works. Darren has a cycling race in 30 minutes. Hope you're okay, Darren. Intending to speed up in the next few weeks and try and do a fast run with Darren at some point. Nice to see Jonathan Perkin wearing the FMR top. Thank you, Jonathan. Even my wife isn't wearing the FMR top. What's that all about?
Probably because I'm not joined an FMR.
No, you haven't joined an FMR race, that's why. You haven't got one.
I was going to run it last night and you told me to do something different. Apparently, I'm not doing hill work at the moment.
Well, there's no need to do hill work at the moment. We've done our hill work. We've done our hill races. Here we go, by the way.
What is it now?
Up to 11.7 for 100 metres. Oh, Jeff Partridge is wearing the Film My Run shirt as well. Thank you, Jeff. Not that anyone knows it's the FMR shirt, because the big FMR on the back isn't there. I don't know why they didn't put it on there.
Oh, Jonathan says waffles in Worthing. I like it.
Right. So we've got curry in Cambridge. We've got a roast in Rickmansworth. We've got a pizza in Patagonia. And we have waffles in Worthing. Fantastic.
At the moment, I think I'd go for curry in Cambridge.
Pudding in Paddington?
Yes.
Pudding in Paddington, that'd be nice. Anna wants to get the FMR shirt. You need to join either the Film My Run 500 or Bag That Badge tomorrow night to get the FMR shirt.
Jonathan Perkins says Merlot in Mersham.
Jonathan Perkins is going to be having Merlot in Mersham.
I just said that.
Oh, yes, you've got a mic. I forgot Victoria's got a mic. I don't have to repeat everything she says.
Jeff Partridge, Baltic in Bristol.
No, Balti in Bristol.
Well, I think it was meant to say Balti, but it says Balti. Oh, yes.
Corrected you.
Okay. Yeah, definitely I'd have a Balti in Bristol.
Darren has a chicken and rice tortilla wrap. Now, what can we have for Malta, where Darren is?
Maltesers?
Maltesers in Malta. Right, we have 130 metres before we start the main event of the day, which is 5k of 600 metre reps. Carol wants donuts in Doncaster. That doesn't surprise me.
Sushi in Surrey? Does that work?
Sushi in Surrey and wine in Winchester. Darren is going to go for a very 1970s meal of liver in Liverpool. Remember when your mother used to make you liver and chips for dinner?
No, liver and
How horrible was that? Do you remember that?
Liver and bacon in a sauce.
Yeah. Horrible with a sauce on it. Right, here we go.
I quite
To
liked
11
it.
kph. Okay, so now we are at 11 kph for 600 metres, and then we'll do 400 metres at 10.3, all nice and relaxed, trying to stay comfortable, breathe easy. If this is a really hard effort for you, then make sure you try and get your heart rate nice and high today, into the 160s, 170 if you can.
So Stephen suggested bolognese in Berlin, but Sebastian has a more appropriate bratwurst in Berlin.
Popcorn in Padstow.
Darren says, have a great run, guys. Thank you.
All right, thank you, Jonathan. The mic setup, he says the grey mic is good. It's less crisp and not as loud, less decibels than the white one, but it's good. Well, the thing about the one we've got there, that's a Shure mic, and it's supposed to be the top notch for podcasts and things of that nature. So this is why we got it. But it does take a lot more care to set up correctly. But anyway, we're working on it. Amy Green's fan isn't working.
Darren's running comeback starts as of tomorrow. Good luck, Darren.
By the way, how was everyone's weekend? I know we asked last night, but we've got more of you around tonight. Any stories from the weekend? Anyone want to tell us what runs they did or what they did? We are 2.5 kilometres in to Wednesday workout. Tina and Sebastian are rebels who are not sticking to the instructions, and they are running off ahead, now 40 seconds ahead of us. And if they're not careful, I shall be putting them in Group B next week. Especially that Tina Beard. This is the second week in a row that Tina has blatantly ignored the instructions. Sebastian claims that they are in range.
10.3.
10.3 for 400 metres, a little bit of recovery. Active recovery, as it's called.
Oh yes, I'd forgotten this session. Active recovery that is not actually recovery. Oh crikey. Darren Van Dit had food poisoning on Friday night and was wiped out until Sunday evening.
Paul Deering quite rightly claiming Sebastian and Tina are sandbagging. Absolutely. Next week, they will be shoved into Group B unceremoniously.
Darren said Tina is on fire. Jonathan Perkin, after a summer of no running and terrible HRV, according to Garmin, he then ran Reigate half at the weekend, and now HRV is showing us great. Said go figure.
I'm missing some of the chat in the game because my companion app has stopped working for some reason. Doesn't want to connect. I'm also sweating quite a lot. It's 23 degrees in here, but it's 66% humidity.
Yeah.
I don't have the fan on yet.
I'm finding it uncomfortably hot in here too. Or I'm completely unfit.
Right, I've now got my Zwift companion app back, but of course I can't see the previous chats. So whatever excuses... Oh, we're back up to 11 now. Whatever excuses Tina and Sebastian had, I didn't see them. Less than 5k to go of Wednesday workout. Jonathan Cost, the good old AGMT. Oh yeah, we haven't. It's still there, you know. To be honest, Jonathan, nothing at all has changed since you were last regularly around. But I know that I know that you hang around in the background sometimes, just like Paul Deering. Okay, apparently Sebastian and Tina are not rising to the bait that I am laying down.
Well, I'm quite happy sitting in Group C at the normal bias. I certainly have no speed work in my legs at the moment.
Jeff Partridge reckons next week. Sebastian reckons he'll be in Group A in the next life, not next week. 21 minutes done. We've got 300 metres to go before we move back down to 10.3. A little bit of active recovery. Heart rate is 139. So pushing it a little bit for me. How's everyone else's heart rate doing?
Mine is way higher than I would like it.
What is yours then?
155. You do realise, Stephen, we have cross-country season coming up.
Yeah, which is why we do need to start doing a few speed sessions and getting back into fast running again. Because we've spent basically the entire summer running 100-mile races very slowly, or running up mountains very slowly, and we've lost all our speed, so we do need to get back to that. Jonathan Perkins' heart rate is 153. Tina Beard is 166. Well done, Tina, good job. 162 for Sebastian. Jonathan Cost says, correction, Stephen, you've actually spent the entire summer throwing up. That is not wrong. That is not wrong.
I think I've probably done more throwing up than you.
I don't know, I reckon, because you didn't really throw up on the OCC,
No, but
whereas I threw up loads. So I probably caught you up at UTMB.
you didn't throw up in North Downs
10.3.
Way.
That's true.
And I threw up more than you on South Downs Way. I'll raise you on that one.
Okay. Right, Victoria is claiming that she threw up more than me this summer, so, well, I'll probably go with that slightly, but only marginally.
Anna is asking when our last 100-mile race is for the Grand Slam. The middle of October. Is it Saturday the 15th? Our email has landed tonight with our race instructions. Jeff Partridge is making a good point that this isn't a puking competition.
See, I could have sworn it was, because don't we live by the rule that if you don't throw up at the end of a run, you haven't worked hard enough? Isn't that our mantra? Although, mind you, is it also true that if you throw up during a run and constantly during a run, then you're working hard enough? I don't know.
I think most things with us are competition. Whether it's chili eating or puking up.
Doesn't one lead to the other?
Jonathan says, are you just resigned to throwing up now? Still wondering if I can find magic formula to stop me feeling ill after 75 kilometres or so.
I just don't think there is a magic formula, because every race is different. So every race will either be hotter or colder. You'll fancy different kinds of food. It's impossible to predict, I think, a lot of the time. Okay, here we go again, up to 11 for set number 3. And we've done 4 kilometres of Wednesday workout. We've got 4 kilometres to go. We're halfway through now.
I agree with Jeff Partridge. It means you didn't train hard enough for the pace that you are trying to race at. I will also say...
I thought that was cramp.
I will also say that staying relaxed, if you can keep your body and mind relaxed, your stomach will relax. North Downs Way 100, classic example. I was throwing up when I was stressed, thinking we were chasing cut-offs. Once I knew that we were safely within cut-offs, I relaxed. I didn't throw up anymore. My pace picked up and I got running.
Did you throw up at all at OCC?
No, not during the race. However,
What did you do when you got back?
when we got back to the apartment, I threw up this bar that I bought at the expo. I knew it didn't sit well on my stomach.
Very warm as we're running through the volcano. Still 23 degrees Celsius inside shed quarters, 67% humidity, according to the Amy Green Memorial Thermometer.
Jonathan Perkins says thanks. Good to hear from those with more experience. My camera's frozen.
Oh, has it? Heart rate 171 for Carol Rushworth. Well done, Carol. That's what we want. So if you're doing a hard effort tonight, 168 for Tina Beard. So we're all of a certain age. So heart rates are not going to be that much different. So I want to see you guys into the 160s and possibly even 170s BPM when we're right at the crux of these reps.
Jonathan says, blimey, Carol. I'm not sure if that's a compliment, Carol, or not.
Okay, back down to 10.3. Well done, everybody. We have done 3 sets. We've just got 2 more to do. And we're nearly up to 5k with 3k to go. Carol is blaming her heart rate not on how hard she's working, but more on how many donuts she's been eating recently. Sebastian says, we missed you on Monday evening. Yeah, I was too tired. I had only just got back from my weekend in Scotland and I was just too tired. By the way, I have today edited and released the video of my race in Scotland at the weekend. So I did a race called the Ring of Steel in Scotland at the weekend. It was 30 kilometres with 2,500 metres of elevation gain up the mountains, doing 4 Munros in Scotland. And I filmed it, and it is now available for all members on the channel. So everyone who is a member of the Film My Run channel, you can watch that video now, and in a couple of days I will release it to the general population. But if you're a member, you get to see a lot of my videos early. So do consider joining if you want to support the channel.
And you get a few extra as well. Jonathan says Carol has got into making scones recently, so we have cream teas almost every day. Very, very nice.
Victoria, are you inspired to take up scone making with clotted cream and jam?
If I could fit it in, yes. I think you've got more time on your hands than me.
I'm a very busy video editor and runner. 3 kilometres to go, and up we go again to 11 for the final time, because the next one we do will be a bit faster. 5k completed of the Wednesday workout.
When I was a teenager, I used to make clotted cream.
And did you just eat it raw? Or did you put it on scones?
On anything. It's delicious. Oh no. Cream, then jam, Jeff. Wash your mouth out.
Now, I think I'm with Victoria, to be honest. I think it's cream first and then jam on the top.
Jonathan Cost, you disappoint me. I was sure I could count on you being on my side. Jonathan Perkins says cream first, then you can fit more on. Devon lad.
It is the age-old argument between the Cornish and the Devonians. Are they called Devonians if they're from Devon? People from Devon, anyway.
Jeff Partridge, we will not rise to the bait.
I want to hear Tina Beard and Carol Rushworth's opinion on this.
You wouldn't put...
And Amy Green.
You wouldn't put jam and then butter. The fat always goes on first and the sugar on top.
See, my wife knows what she's talking about. I wouldn't have even thought about that argument. But she's so right. This is why I married her, you see. Alright, Carol is sticking to her better half's opinion. Tina Beard has a heart rate of 170, so Tina is doing really well. Sebastian says, great running with you, Tina. Well done, guys. Good work.
Jeff Partridge says exactly my point, Victoria. It's all about relative. I'm not talking about quantities here. I'm talking about ingredients. Density. No, but I'm talking about fat.
I like the fact that his voice to text typed Man City instead of density. Right, coming to the end of our final set here before we do one more slightly faster 20 metres.
Jonathan says Victoria's homemade clotted cream. Wow.
10.3. So 10.3 for 400 metres, and we'll do one more at 11.4. Do you want to do it at 12, Victoria, just for a laugh?
No, not really.
No, not really. Okay. 11.5.
What I will say is it takes a huge amount of full fat milk to make a tub of clotted cream.
Oh, look at that.
Jonathan, yes, you can assume that.
We do have an air fryer, and it is Victoria and my daughter Elsa's favourite item in the kitchen.
Jonathan will do 12 with you, Stephen.
Amy Green says she doesn't care either way. It still goes down the same way. Cream or jam, doesn't matter. It's all going in your stomach at the end of the day.
What I will also add is that I need a nice cup of Earl Grey tea to go with my scone.
Can you believe that when we were on the North Downs Way run, Victoria's only major demand of our crew was Earl Grey tea? She's on an ultra run in the middle of the countryside and she wants Earl Grey tea. I mean, come on.
And
she got it as well. Right, Jonathan Perkins is going to do 12. I'll do 12 as well. Carol, are you going to do 12 for the final one? Come on, 600 metres at 12 kph for the final effort.
Okay, I've upset Jeff Partridge now.
It doesn't take a lot to upset Jeff Partridge, to be honest.
I'm dead to him. Oh dear.
Right, Carol's going to try 12 as well. Come on, Victoria.
Right, Darren Evans is being controversial now.
Let's go. Right, Darren Evans says the jam is to stop the cream from melting on a warm scone, so it protects it. Well, yeah, but don't you... I want some of the cream to melt into the scone. Although, actually, I very rarely have a warm scone with jam and cream. Would you?
Can we agree on one thing, though? Is it scone or is it scone?
Oh, no. Now you're in trouble. Right, Victoria is refusing to go at 12.
I thought I was still at 11. I didn't realise. I'm gonna have to
Come on, make an effort, woman.
I'll have to play catch up now.
Well done, guys. Keep it going. Sebastian says, come on, Tina, final push. Well done to the guys in Group B, by the way, as well.
Yeah, well done, everyone.
And Amy, did Amy say she's in Group D or Group B? Can't remember. Heart rate 150 for me now. Halfway through this one, 300 metres to go. Let's keep it going. Right, Jeff Parker says, don't get me started on this one. You don't say ston when you mean stone. Yeah, but you can't use that argument because there are so many words in the English language where the pronunciation is weird and doesn't make any sense. Of course, I'm now struggling to think of any examples, but there are plenty of them. Meters, nearly there, and we can drop back down to 10.6. And there we go. Well done, Carol. Well done, Jonathan. Well done, Victoria. Well done, Tina and Sebastian also, who were a bit ahead of us. And we've now got 400 metres cool down, 400 metres recovery, and then 1,000 metres, 1 kilometre of cool down to bring Wednesday workout to a close. I tell you what, it is a remarkable coincidence. I don't know how they did this, but it's incredible that Wednesday workout happens to fall on a Wednesday. It must just have been a quirk in the calendar that just Wednesday workout just fell on a Wednesday. Because it would have been stupid. It wouldn't have worked if it had been on a Thursday.
Well done to Jonathan Perkin, maxing at 168. So thanks, all. See you tomorrow.
Well done, excellent. 168 max heart rate is excellent for this workout. Tina Beard says
but I don't know what.
Tina Beard says she feels sick. Victoria says she thinks she was in the 170s. Is that right?
Yeah.
Temperature 23.7 now in here, and 68% humidity, but we haven't put the fans on at all, so we probably should have put the fans on really. Tina Beard's heart rate went up to 174, so Tina has really worked hard tonight. Fantastic effort, Tina, great work. And yes, it does indeed look like you both have to run Group B next week. Hitting 7 kilometres, and it is time for cool down. 8.8. So just time to relax the legs, bring the heart rate down, and start thinking about a nice shower and some food.
Cream tea.
Cream tea in Cranley.
A cream tea, curry and custard.
Fish and chips in Fareham. Sushi in Southampton. Sausages in Sunderland.
Sauerkraut in Salisbury. Cornichons in Copenhagen. Just getting silly now.
Well, it's been silly from the start, to be honest, Victoria. Since when did we bother about being silly? Darren Evans wants to know what size is shed quarters. I think that is correct, Darren. 12 feet by 10. It's 6. Hang on a minute. I think it's 6 metres by 3 metres. So, is that right?
Darren will reply to your comment on Facebook. We'll look it up after this run.
He also says,
thank you very much.
He also says well done to Stephen on UTMB and Victoria on her 100 milers, and also on OCC, Victoria.
Hello to Anthony Anderson.
Hello, Anthony.
Says hi, everyone.
So, if you're around tomorrow, we'd love to see you at Bag That Badge. Or if you're around in the morning, or like lunchtime, we're doing the film My Run 500 at 11:35 tomorrow morning. Bag That Badge will be at 7 PM UK time tomorrow. That's 8 PM Central European time and lunchtime in the States. So come and join us for one of those tomorrow. And then Friday we'll be back with the ZLDR Recovery Hour. We are getting back into it on Zwift after a summer of fun, running outdoors. We do have one more 100 miler to do before we finish our Grand Slam. That'll be in the middle of October, so plenty of time for running on Zwift between now and then. And then as soon as that 100 miler is finished and we've got our recovery out of the way, we will start doing speed sessions and doing faster work in preparation to do a marathon in the spring of 2024. It remains to be seen whether we go for a big, fast time or whether we just go for a nice, enjoyable social one.
Amy can't join tomorrow's run, unfortunately. Amy, after your epic weekend and running this week, honestly, a day off running will do your body good.
Sebastian, yes, a week before the Beachy Head Marathon. So a 100 miler, one weekend, and then the next weekend we'll be doing the Beachy Head Marathon.
Which is
well,
why
Victoria won't be.
I have not signed up for Beachy Head, but I will be there cheering everyone.
Anthony says it's a little grim outside today.
Yeah, we felt sorry for our daughter and gave her a lift to and from school.
So thank you so much everyone for joining. Well done for taking part. Thank you for joining the live chat, everybody. So Anthony, Amy, Darren Van Ditt, Darren Evans, Jonathan Perkin, Jonathan Cost, Jeff Partridge, Tina Beard, Paul Haywood, and everyone else down the list who I may have missed out. Thank you very much for joining the live chat.
Yeah, thank you.
Always appreciated.
And well done to everyone who's run tonight. It really is good to be back on Zwift. And thank you to Stephen Cousins for allowing me to get the odd word in.
You were just lucky, I think. You just managed to sneak in there at the very few moments when I wasn't talking.
Jeff Partridge says cheers all. Thank you, Jeff. Hopefully I'm your friend again, Jeff. Jonathan Cost says, in summary, mic system works good. Thank you. Anthony's given it a thumbs up as well. Feedback much appreciated.
Yeah, cheers guys. 100 metres to go. just have to learn not to speak over each other. That's in life as well as on Zwift.
That really ain't gonna happen. Tina says, oh my god, I'm dead. Anthony says, all you need to do now is stop Stephen talking so much. I can try.
Never gonna happen.
I need a mute button.
Okay, max heart rate for me, 154 BPM. So maybe next week I will try Group B, we'll see. What was yours? It's very difficult to see. I think it's one... No, but it's covered by something else. I literally can't see what that says. 171 or something?
Tina says 6k in zones 4 and 5. Jeff Partridge says slacking cousins. Which cousins, Jeff? Hopefully the Mr. C, right?
Well, of course. He's not going to tell you you're slacking, is he?
I'm dead to him, so yeah, that's why he's not going to talk to me.
Okay, thanks very much, everyone. We're going to go for a shower now. Luckily, we do have 2 showers in the house, so Victoria can have one and I can have the other. We don't have to share showers. That would be awful. And we will see you tomorrow for Bag That Badge at 7 PM UK time. And film my Run 500 in the morning. Take care, everyone. Have a great evening, whatever you're going to do. We'll see you tomorrow.
Bye.
Bye-bye. So hot. That's nice to have so many people.
I'm so unfit. Oh dear.
Well, it'd be good to get back into this.
You must do your update on the treadmill. Come out here early tomorrow.
What do you mean, my update?
Treadmill maintenance.
Oh, yeah.
It's been going on for months.